Welcome back to the Art of Hobbyness. I'm Erin Tam, my lovely co-host Tam.
Yes!
And today we are extremely excited because this is our 100th episode.
100 episodes.
It is like unfreaking believable. We started almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, it'll be about 2 years.
Yeah.
And I never ever thought we would be here still, honestly.
I knew all along.
I think that when we started, we were like, well, let's just try it and see what happens.
Oh, we were like, could we do a podcast? I mean, we are millennials. It just seems like a natural progression.
Yeah. But in the, spirit of the 100th episode, we kind of wanted to talk about
Gotta mark it.
where Teo came from. We call it Teo.
We do
The Art of
call it
Hobbyness
Teo.
came from, why it came about, and then where we are now, and how it has really, truly changed our lives. In my, for the better.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I mean, those who have listened to the show already kind of know the story, but those who are kind of newer to the show, that mine kind of came out of a place of jealousy, really, for my husband, who just seemed to be seamlessly transitioning in life from, bachelorhood to fatherhood to, 40-year-oldhood. And he just, if you watched him, really, it seemed like the key to his success was he just had this Rolodex of hobbies that at any given time, no matter how much time, 10 minutes, hour, day, he had a hobby that he could kind of just go to, and it seemed to really just bring him joy and fulfill him. And I had none.
Yeah.
My hobbies were probably just trash TV and children.
Yeah.
Right? And then the kids got a little bit older, and so I started to see glimpses of downtime, and by glimpses I mean a little bit, still kind of in just a little bit, but I didn't know how to fill those. I didn't know what to do with it. It just felt like time wasted, and then I'd get like this anxiety over that time wasted, feeling like I wasn't producing or wasn't doing enough.
I think, too, like, you alluded to this, but you were feeling resentful, which didn't help, which brought a lot of negativity. And then, and which I'm proud of you, because I feel like when we first started, you weren't even willing to say that. Like, you didn't to admit that.
Awful saying it.
But
yes.
it's the truth.
It is.
And also just felt like we weren't having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, you were just...
I was not having fun.
Talk a lot. We were both working, just focused on work, like career, family, kids, and that was it.
I thought that truly was my identity, and I felt like if I wasn't the best mom or the highest ranking official at my job or something like those lines, it just felt like, was I successful? Am I doing my part as a woman? Am I being independent enough? It just felt like I just wasn't there. I was chasing this perfectionism that was getting in my own way of enjoying life and figuring out who I really am and what I really like in life.
Absolutely.
And, having brunches with you, you and I would just kind of mull over this every brunch, like, why do we feel this way? And, this was my side of the story, and this is why I feel this way. And we're like, how do we, overcome that?
Yeah.
So for my side, then we enter Teo.
Yeah.
But your side?
No, I think so. We had very different reasons for starting it, similar but not, just I wasn't necessarily focused on getting a hobby. I was just really feeling overwhelmed with life. I'm a dentist. I have 2 little boys, married. Dentistry is like a huge part of my life. Been working at that for my whole
Your whole
adult life, essentially.
I only know you as dentist, Dr.
Yeah,
Shimon.
that's right. Own a dental practice, and just very, very busy in life, and had really lost a lot of that fun and just leisure time. And same as Tam, didn't know what to do with myself when I did have a little glimpses of time. And that had led to a lot of just negative feelings and just feeling kind of like stuck. Felt like just didn't know who I was, lost myself, just wasn't sure where life was going. I couldn't imagine it keep going the same way it had been going, continue like that for, forever.
Right.
And, we had so many conversations about, gosh, we just need something for us. We need to start figuring out just some way to prioritize our time, take a little bit back for ourselves. But we had all this mom guilt, feeling like, how can we do that?
Yep.
Like, we need to give everything to other things in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, I felt like I hit a wall. I was like, I can't keep going like this. Like, I'm giving so much to everything else and nothing to myself. And so I think, that's how the Art of Hobbyness came about. We came up with this idea. We were very excited about having a hobby just for us.
Well, and we were like, surely we're not the only ones that feel this. So maybe if we recorded it and, put it out there as almost like kind of like a personal diary.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, anyone who's been with us from the beginning really, I'm sure, has seen the progression that we know we have made from episode 1 to episode 100.
Yes.
Like, I feel like you said, mom guilt was the one that we combated the biggest.
Yeah.
That was the hardest for us.
Yeah.
Because we just felt like we were at work. We were, taking care of house and home. And then whenever we would have time, or if we found time, I should say, if we found time to just do something for ourselves, we felt like we needed to hurry up to get back home, or feel like we really need to rush through it. Or there was a little bit of anxiety of like, is it okay that I'm away? And nobody was making it. Our husbands were not making us feel that way.
Not
that
at
was
all.
us.
It was totally us. Absolutely. And so like the Art of Hobbyness, now that we've done it for almost 2 years, it has been completely transformative. I mean, really, like we started very small with small hobbies, taking this time, a couple hours every month to do the podcast and scheduling it. And like slowly over time, we started seeing one, it was a lot of fun. We were just like, it was bringing us this fun every few weeks to plan it and talk about it and bond over it. It's just such a cool thing to do with somebody else. But also just taking the time to, explore different hobbies. Like, it really changes your brain. Like, you start to get those glimpses of fun, those things for yourself. You start getting more comfortable with that time for yourself. You start to feel, we literally right before this, Tam was talking about how she doesn't feel guilty like leaving her kids anymore.
No.
Which is huge.
That's like phenomenal to be able to say, because I can tell you 100 episodes ago, no way.
Right.
Like, even the first time that we did our recording session, which was over drinks and a prayer, I'm sure. And we, like, I remember even after we spent some time recording, I went home and I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Like, I shouldn't have been gone that long. What was I thinking? I think we only did it for like a couple hours, nothing wild. Right. And it was just stress inducing. And I felt guilty about it. Probably, I would say it was probably like a couple of days of feeling bad about it and like feeling like I needed to make it up to the family. Again, no one in my home trying to be like, how could you have left us? It was just internal, right? It's just really nice to be in that different headspace. Yeah,
for sure. And I think that, I think we are completely different people now than when we started 2 years ago in a lot of ways. And I think, a big thing we wanted to talk about today was I had a huge life transition very recently.
I am so excited for you to talk about this.
And, the Art of Hobbyness, it didn't cause it or help it or hurt it. Well, I guess it helped it in the sense, and I just want to talk a little bit about that.
I would love for you to talk about it.
I'm a dentist, but I had a dental practice for many years. Almost 14 years. 14 years.
God.
And 2 years ago, like I mentioned, I just was in a bad headspace, feeling overwhelmed with life, feeling I don't know how else to say it, just like dark, like just not happy, just like not having a lot of fun in life, and didn't know what to do with that. And my brain was so murky, like I couldn't think clearly, I just felt like I was spiraling all the time.
It was almost like you were on like auto mode.
Oh,
like
for
you
sure.
were just
I was
doing
ruminating.
what you needed to do. Yeah.
Well, that too, yes. I was on auto mode of like, get up, go to work, come home, take care of the kids, repeat,
You're a robot.
rinse and repeat. But then also ruminating on all these negative thoughts and emotions all the time. And starting the Art of Hobbyness and like scheduling the time, and even when we didn't want to do it, like when we got here, it was so fun. And I feel like every time we did that, it really did change my brain to be more positive. And it gave me a new sense of energy. And just like it really just helped to clear my brain to be like, okay, what do I want out of life? What do I want the next half of my life to look like? It just gave me that space, that personal space to really explore that and to figure out the goals for my life.
I love hearing that. Because I mean, you're right. What we've learned from the Art of Hobbyness is the importance of scheduling that time and putting it in there, right? And how some hobbies allow you the opportunity to kind of just be introspective while you're doing them, right? And I think having that introspective thought was something that you just weren't afforded for a long time because you were in such an auto mode of like, I got to get up and be a dentist, and I got to be a mom, and I got to be a wife, and I got to be a businesswoman, because I feel like dentist and businesswoman are two different things. That's two jobs, essentially, that you were doing.
Absolutely.
And that's incredible.
Yeah.
And I feel like, having those hobbies and that time to allow you to be a little bit more introspective and like really think about what you wanted is something that probably, I think you're a very smart person. You're incredibly smart. And I think you're very intentional with your actions.
Yeah.
I think you would have gotten here someday. It just would have been longer down the road and would have been maybe more chaotic because it would have been more like.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I don't want to, like talk about this so lightly because it was like
big
a tumultuous 2 years.
It's a life-changing decision.
And it was like, I was being a dentist and owning a business was so deeply personal to me, and it was like I call it my first baby.
Yeah.
It was like I loved it for so many years, and it brought me so many amazing things, and I cared so deeply about like the people I worked with and my patients, and but there was a lot of other things on the other side of that were just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think the other piece of that was being a mom, having 2 little kids. I mean, that was the biggest thing, is that I've kept feeling like I was coming home from work and I had nothing left to give them, And I'm going to tear up here.
Well, finally, I feel like I've been crying for the last 7 episodes. Give me the.
But
no, this is so sweet
just
to hear.
feeling like I started to think about what would I regret more, Am I going to regret missing that time with them more, or am I going to regret like selling my business and
It's so real, Erin. That's such a real thing. And I'm sure you're not alone in that. Like, I think a lot of our listeners can really connect with you on that.
Thank you. No, it was a very, very, very difficult decision. And there was a lot of back and forth and like, what do I do? Like, Adam was probably sick of me talking. You and Adam were probably sick of me talking.
Never. Are you kidding? I could listen to you talk all day.
Oh, but no, here I am and I'm on the other side. And like, it took a lot of reflection to get, a lot of personal work, and I feel like the Art of Hobbyness was a piece of that helped me to see that the clarity and like priorities that are important in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as your friend, watching you progress through this, because, I really do feel like I got to be like really intimately inside seeing your mindset switch from episode 1 to episode 100, right? And seeing you, like, you're an amazing person, Erin. Like, that's why I love you so much. I'm pretty sure I progress, like, profess it every episode. But, like, in addition, like, you're just an incredible wife and you're an incredible mom. And, like, I know your 2 boys are, like, the most important thing to you in the world, right? And you could just see, like, you're longing to be the best version of yourself for them, right? And it's, motherhood is just such a wild ride, you know? Like, you just, you go through, like, this tornado of, like, who am I? Who am I to my kids? Who am I to my wife, And, like, who am I to me? And it's, do we ever really know what the next right thing is to do? I always like to quote, it's from Frozen, Frozen 2, actually. But Anna says, she's got this whole song about just do the next right thing, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's exactly what you did this whole time, is like you did the next right thing. Like, you didn't just wake up and be like, I'm done being a dentist and like rage quit, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just took it a step at a time, and you used what we've learned from hobbies as far as like scheduling that time to have space for yourself so that you could really internally think about what you wanted in life.
Yeah. And
I think in the end you found what that was that you wanted. And it's so crazy when like you put it in like 100 episode perspective or 2-year episode, because that's not overnight.
Right, totally.
That is not overnight.
Yeah.
That is a progression. But like, I can tell that since you've made the transition that there doesn't seem to be any regret here at all. It seems very much like you really did take the next right baby step all the way to the decision, and you look really happy.
Thank you.
Like, really happy.
I do think, I know that it was the right decision for our family life and my personal life. It's still, I wouldn't say regret, but I will miss aspects of that, and I know that like that chapter of my life is closed now, and there will be but now I'm looking forward to new adventures, and what the future will hold. And I don't know what that will be yet.
Yes.
And trying to figure that out now.
Is there some excitement about that for you? Like, are you nervous? Are you excited?
No, it's mostly excitement. I mean, there's a little nervousness there. You feel pressure to like, what everybody's like, what are you gonna do now? And I'm like, give me a minute, guys.
We've only been doing this for a little bit.
Give me a minute. But no, it's mostly excitement. I feel I do not take it lightly that I am so lucky and grateful for the position that I'm in now to be able to explore the future with just open eyes. And, I worked so hard to get to where I am, and I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Does your family, like your boys, your husband, are they seeing like the difference in you? Have they made any comments that like kind of validated you at all?
I mean, the kids are just elated that I'm home all the time. I mean, that I'm taking them to school and then I'm home when they come home from school. Like, it is incredible. They're just so excited about that.
I love that.
Yeah. And then, I think everybody's happy. We're all happier. Absolutely. And so now when mom's happy, everybody's happy.
Oh my God, is that not true? I didn't realize how much my mood influenced the household until I started going through this progress with Teo, because it was like, I could just see, like, I could be more like present in the moment now that I'm making time for myself. I don't feel like I'm running on overwhelmed fumes anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very much more present in my day-to-day.
I agree.
And I can see truly like how my mood could be so influential.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've done such an amazing thing for ourselves to do this, right? Just even though, whatever will be, but it's just like, I'm so glad
I can't look at you with your tears because it's literally like, Erin, I really wanted to not cry again. Your eyes are just so...
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't look at me. I'm not going to look at you.
Okay.
So keep talking.
But no, I'm just so grateful that we are where we are, and then we started the Art of Hobbyness, and then we've been able to share this journey with everybody. And hopefully, I hope that our listeners out there, there are people that can relate to what we've been through.
I wanted to speak to that because I had to tell you, like, we've had several of our listeners reach out and share that they're right there with us and that they felt the same things that I felt or felt the same things that you felt, and that they also have been implementing some of the strategies that we've been implementing. And it was, for me, I think, like, if I want to like talk about like when did I feel like the Art of Hobbyness was more than just us, right? Yeah. And it was when the listeners started reaching out and started being like, yes, like I'm there. It was very validating to me to hear it, because it was like, okay, I'm not wrong. I'm not broken. I'm not, doing this all like poorly. Like, this is a challenge and it's a process, and there's a growth, and like there's people out there with us feeling that too. And it's like, not only did we find community in each other, but we found community in our listeners. Yeah. And if I can just take a moment for like a listener appreciation of just like how much it means to us when you guys reach out and say like you get it. Because it just, like, obviously you being my best friend, I really appreciate your thoughts, but hearing outside too that there's also, others out there, it's just, definitely, it's comforting. Yeah. It's very comforting, and it feels good to know that what we're sharing is helping others, because I think now that I've done the inner progress and help, like it really, I do feel like this urge to want to help outside, and like help others and, be that resource that helps them get there. And I'm not sure what that looks like right now, like how to do that. Like, is it just this podcast? Do like we continue doing Teo, which I love so much and want to do, but how do I take it another step further to, be of resource to those out there that I know are out there. Yeah. So I'm just really appreciative of everyone here. So 100 episodes.
Yeah, insane. Unbelievable.
What do you think? 100 more?
Oh, we'll see.
Erin, there's got to be 100
more. We're going to see. We're going to see.
200
we'll
more.
See what happens.
But we are just so excited that all of you have been here with us listening.
Definitely.
Those who've been from the beginning, those who are just starting now. We just can't even express to you how much we really appreciate your support, because, we were just two women who just thought we were, just in a rut that, were we the only ones? We didn't know. And so we decided to just hit the record button and put it out there and see what happens. And what we can tell you is growth, valleys, hills, but it's a journey, and doing it all together really meant a lot. And I'm so sorry I've cried the last 7 episodes.
I love it. It's real. It's real. So
it's hard not to get emotional when you just wanna be a positive change,
Yep. I know.
Love you, Erin.
Love you too. Well, thank you for joining us on the 100th episode.
The 100th episode. Pew, 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 pew.
Yep. And I don't know. I feel like we should say something big, but
I know I don't have anything profound.
But we hope. But join us next time.
Yes, on
The Art of
Hobbyness.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Hobbyness. Be sure to leave a review and rating. And for a little extra Erin and Tam fun, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Pinterest for behind-the-scenes footage of our journey to find hobbiness.